Cousins to throw it. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. You look at this Bears defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
It's taken to the 26. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Wide receiver A.J. Brown, you see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist, the good stuff. Got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that time and change things up a little bit and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Lance on third down. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Now an injury timeout, and that is Devontae Adams, who is in some discomfort following that play. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Lance on the option left. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Seahawks 31-yard line.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. To throw, it's Lance. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. In motion right is the running back. Got his man, and it's caught for Chicago. Touchdown. A.J. Brown from 3 yards out. And the Bears have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but The way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And this will be a Seahawks first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Well, that was big right there, because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were two things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. And he'll work this one out to about the 38.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers pass.
That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Bears are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Wide receiver A.J. Brown, you see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. Devontae Adams with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears are able to add on to their first half lead. It's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away, but this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the rout is on here in this first half. Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know, they're going to want to try to get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
On third down, here's Walker. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And taken right at the 35. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defense, is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Lance. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. And Lance now to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Chicago! A.J. Brown with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Dicker now to tack on the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes. Steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. Cousins on first down. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. A final shot before half for Lance. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here we go, set. Green jack. Ready?
A final shot before break. Lance flushed out right. And he's going to go down. So they pass up the field goal attempt to go for 6, but as a result, they leave points on the field, and that's going to do it for this first half.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the...
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Second half starts with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Play action, now it's Lance. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now Edwards-Helaire stays on his feet, and he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and
now a play fake. Lance.
19-yard line.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it is 42-0. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Cousins. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Aaron Donald able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Throwing is Cousins. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Former first-rounder Clyde Edwards-Helaire ready to go here. Handful of carries last time out there. Finished it off, Charles, with a short touchdown run.
Yeah, and that's pretty nice for him to be able to do that because normally where they were on the field, it's going to take some muscle to get in there, right? It's going to take some power because things are so stacked up, well blocked, and he was able to get into the end zone somewhat safely.
Yeah, that's the thing. Several of those carries last drive, he had some good holes, some good options.
Ready?
Edwards-Helaire now off the option. Oh, nice move. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on third down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Edwards-Helaire on the counter. Three quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching me. Back now at Soldier Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. Powerful running. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. Trey Lance keeping it himself from 8 yards out. And the Bears add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. Extra point try now from Dicker. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it was Trey Lance taking it in himself to cap the drive with a touchdown run. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
This offense so far on 3rd down, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Runs through the contact. And juke this time. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 131 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Off of play action. Here's Lance. And his throw is incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Ready.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And they'll go for it. Lance rolling to his right. Shreds the tackle. And he is going to have the Bears 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Give them 11 on the gain there. And the Bears are going to get a 1st. Lance looking to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, a lot of big wins.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, no, easy.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked up by Kobe Bryant. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort.
Here we go.
Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
Jackrack. Ready.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 168 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. And he's got into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Dicker down to tack on the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. And plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of have this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Now this airmail to the sideline. It's incomplete. And there don't appear to be... coming. Maybe a little fortunate there. It's 3rd down. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here. And that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Broken tackle. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. One last shot now for Cousins. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah.
It's Week 10 of the National Football League, and we'll get a look here at Trey Lance. You can't ask for much more than his last game, a 5-touchdown effort. It's the Bears and the Jags on Thursday.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2020. Trevor Lawrence.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. If he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
The numbers on the ground for ETN last week. 19 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. You look at this Bears defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL.
He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
So now here are the Bears with excellent field position to start off. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
He threw for nearly 350 yards. His team won, And one word just kept coming to mind as I watched him during the game. Surgical. Absolutely surgical. That's why he won NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, very precise. The throws maybe as accurate as he's been in some time.
Yeah, I think he feels pretty locked in here. And I think he feels like he can get it done again in this one, too.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, obviously, he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think the short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Adams. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. Here's Lance. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They had a good chance to get the first points of the game on the board, but what a great job defensively, getting a hand in there, knocking it away, and preventing that first touchdown.
Hurry!
On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there. He's got a Bears touchdown. His 4th rushing touchdown on the campaign, number 7 overall. And the Bears use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Lawrence. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd down. You look at this Bears defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
When I look back at the stats from last week's game, I thought it was a typo. That was a misprint. It's one thing to hold someone under 100 yards in the game. That's phenomenal. Under 50? Absolutely exceptional.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action with Lawrence. To the sideline and incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Lawrence. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11. And, Charles, it's not very often an elite back becomes available. They jumped on him. I think they were smart to do so.
I agree, and we hear so often about how the running back position is devalued. But when you have a chance to get one of the truly best, top of his game, you go out and get him.
Lance now on 1st down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Bears at 5-4 now on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 18. 15 yards there on the catch and run. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On the option, running left is Lance. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. Throwing now is Lance. Fighting through, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. A full left side taken in by Kmet. Touchdown Bears! Cole Kmet, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ballgame.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Extra point try now from Dicker. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it was all capped off by Cole Kmet with a touchdown catch. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we could walk away with a win.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL. The Jags with the football to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Hey, Lion! Silver! Here we go.
ETN up the middle. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
First down, Jaguars.
Now Lawrence to throw. And that's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
But I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
Those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready.
Here we go.
They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they are certainly playing their best football of the year.
The throw over the middle, taken in, and they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Lance. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start, but they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Lance. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 21-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. He threw the pick 6 the last time out just a moment ago. Now 3 total interceptions for him in this ball game. He's had his struggles. 1st and 10 here. They'll start on the ground. ETN. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Fielded at about the 28. Dances by him. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Bears take over. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Lance. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Back to the air on second down. It's Lance. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 36. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. And Lance now to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
To the right side, this is Taylor. Fights through him. Fighting through, and he's got space. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Lance now on first down. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Here's Lance to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Davante Adams with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Bears continue to pull away here in this first half. Dicker down to tack on the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So this drive spans 7 plays. And Davante Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jaguars back with it on offense. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Now Lawrence. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. The Lance going to throw. It fights him off. Flush to his right, shoves him aside, and he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run, and that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
That's to his running back, complete, and he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Lance looking to throw it. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Lance. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Escaping the pressure right. He'll find his running back, Edwards-Helaire. Touchdown! Clyde Edwards-Helaire from 8 yards out. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the route is on here in this first half. After the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone and throw into the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. Lawrence on 3rd down, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, guys.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They'll start by running the option to the right. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Throwing now is Lance. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
Throwing on first down is Lance. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up second down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
On second down, here's Lance. And he will find his man on the outside. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Touchdown, Bears! Davante Adams with a second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bears have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game. Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it is 42-0.
Cameron Dicker to kick off.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Now ETN to start the drive. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's Lawrence. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On third down, Lawrence. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together, as that brings up another 4th down.
7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Marching back onto the field now, Davante Adams and company getting set to go. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Eluding the pressure right. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Now a stoppage here for an injured player. Oh, boy, that's Trey Lance, who appears to be worse for the wear. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Jones on the return. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive. He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here, 3rd quarter. We'll see what else he has in store for us. And now to the races down the right side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down. Here's Mariota. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Back now at Soldier Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Mariota now on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Well, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
They turn to Taylor on 4th. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. Taylor trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll look to run with Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Jonathan Taylor, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bears add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence again. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, the incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I really enjoy. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we can probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Tackle made by Devin Lloyd, the linebacker. 2nd and 5. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. From the gun, Mariota. And that's going to run. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. Trubisky and the troops staying out there. They will go for it. 4th down. Here's Trubisky. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. His throw incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here, or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 18. He'll start with a give to Taylor. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And this will be a Bears 1st down as he gets this up past the 30. Back to Taylor on 1st down. A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Oh, Trubisky going to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you could always get the backups some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you express that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas, and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
Now Lawrence on 1st down.
I'm I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
From the gun on third down, Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Running left, Taylor. He can't get him down. And there he goes again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 104 yards rushing here for Taylor. He's got a first down. Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you can hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean,
you
It's week 12 of the NFL, and the focus is on Ivan Pace, who had a strong showing last week with an 8-tackle game. It's the Vikings and the Bears, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You played 2.5 months.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Second down, here's Charbonnet. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. Leonard Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season. So on 4th down, all is the punter, Ryan Wright. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Returnable here from the 38. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. They mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Lance now on 1st down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. For the Bears, it's 6-4 now on the year. And they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. He's going deep for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Lance's throw taken in by Adams. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
And Lance now to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bears take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 7-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And you figure this should be a healthy, a rested, a focused unit. And they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Yeah, he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 1. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. This is caught. Touchdown. Darnell Washington. 28 yards. And the Bears have taken a 13-0 first-quarter lead.
Did you see how the linebackers froze for just a second? That's why you run play action. You want to keep them rooted in the spot and create a little bit of extra space so your tight end can find some room behind him. And then the quarterback finds his target downfield, and he turns it into 6 points.
Extra point try now from Dicker. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first-quarter lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And out now come the Vikings. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. K.J. Osborne, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. You look at this Bears defense.
It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number one in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
And the Vikings first down.
Back to throw here.
Looks again for T.J. Hawkinson, and he's got him again.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
They'll look to throw again.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as he'll get this across the 50 to the 49.
First down, Vikings.
Now a handoff to Charbonnet. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Short throw caught by the tight end Oliver.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down.
So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through.
And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So it was 4th and 1. They wind up taking the 3. I'm not sure that offensive unit, judging by the sideline, Charles, was in 100% agreement with the decision.
No, not at all. But the head coach has final call on this. We know that. But let's face it, offenses want to feel like, hey, you believe in us? Let us go for it? We'll see if that is a problem for them moving forward in this game.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very flexible.
There he goes, right side.
Down the sideline he goes. Inside the 20.
There's the stick. Touchdown, Chicago.
Jonathan Taylor, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead is up to 18 now. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season, but some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
A victory lap. Now, they also used to walk uphill to school both ways.
In the snow.
In the snow.
Blizzards.
Milk was 5 cents. Hey, but he's having a great year, not to take anything away from him.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. They'll run this with Homer. Fights through and now a crease. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good pickup, 17 yards and a bare 1st down. Here's Lance to throw it.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Brown.
And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Off of play action, here's Lance.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears.
Darnell Washington.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Bears are able to widen their lead here in this 1st half. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the rout is on here in this 1st half.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. But this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one. They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he'll go down. does get there for the sack.
Micah Parsons.
That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Bears take over.
Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Ready?
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
On the give, here's Charbonnet.
And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. He'll take it at the 42. A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Throwing now is Lance.
And this is caught. It's Brown. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
A final shot before half for Lance.
And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
And this one is right through. And that will do it for this first half.
So halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. But the Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Now Lance.
Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 34.
Everything's been going right here in this one.
This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 31-yard line.
On play action, Lance. He hits Adams, complete. Touchdown Bears. Davante Adams, 31 yards. And the Bears have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And Davante Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Switch, yellow, opposite, green.
And they'll start on the ground with Charbonnet. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ready?
On play action, they'll throw. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
3-3.
And the Vikings first down.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. Aaron Donald in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. They'll run it here with Charbonnet. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. They'll look to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. Leonard Williams picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And here's Ryan Wright now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Taken in at the 22. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Marching back onto the field now, Davante Adams and company getting set to go. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do. You get greedy in a good way.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Stiff-armed him. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards. And Lance now to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Bears will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Vikings head out to take over once again. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Back now at Soldier Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Take it at the 37. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in Newcastle?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
On 2nd down, here's the option. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
It's complete to Brown, right side. Touchdown! A.J. Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Down.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Here we go. Here we go.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now back to throw. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. The Vikings on third down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Following the fumble recovery, Lance. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. To throw, it's Lance. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Set, ready. Ready.
They'll begin here with a run with Charbonnet. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. The pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. And here's Ryan right now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. Shoves him aside. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 149 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he works free through the middle of the field. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
The extra point try now from Dicker. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
It's taken to the 26. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6.
The Chicago offense set to get started. Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go 400? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's got his man in the crossing route. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Under pressure, they got him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. They put up their goal at the beginning of the season, and that was to win 7 games, and now they've accomplished that mission.
And congratulations to them for achieving their goal. They have to finish the season strong, but you got to think that going forward for next year, they're going to jump that number up a little bit higher.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best